Hello, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim, Rakak, Wadash, double honors to the apostles of GMS who teach and rule well. Salutations to you brothers in the highways and byways, highways and hedges. Salutations also goes out to you brothers and few sisters that tune in to listen and learn. I'm the brother Malak from the Diligent Soldier Camp here in Boston, Mass. And as always, I pray this lesson be edifying to the elect. Okay, the name of this one is Thoughts of Escaping the Lord's Wrath is Futile. All right, thoughts of escaping the Lord's wrath is futile. And if we look up what the word futile goes into, or the definition is basically incapable of producing any useful result, or pointless, right? Adjectives are such as vain, pointless, useless, worthless, ineffectual, and ineffective. Okay. You get the gist, man. The difference or opposite will be useful, right? Or futile, or fruitful. I mean, because if you actually did have a chance, those thoughts would be useful, right? But there's no escaping this, man. The scriptures tell you that the thoughts of the Lord are higher than our thoughts, right? And you just can't think you got the Lord in a box and you got him figured out and that you're going to be able to circumvent or, hit him off with the okie doke, You're not going to play the Lord, man. The Lord is a master chess player, all right? He's Yahweh, man. He's a God. He's God, okay? He exists is the definition of his name, Yahweh. And so how are you going to play or take advantage of or go around the God that invented all of creation and the thoughts that creation that the creation or the creature thinks of, right? Thinks of, man. Anything that comes to mind, the Lord put it not only in your mind, but he created it at the end of the day, man. And you have the likes of our people that have the ends, right? The means to, supposedly get or buy or create or construct bunkers, right? And Lord knows what other types of structures or plans they have, right? But our people really think that they could escape what was coming, right? And ultimately is they think of whatever's coming as Esau, the so-called white man, seems to think about it, right? Because the fact that they have to also think of or also think of buying or creating, or hiring companies to construct underground bunkers, in places where you think you'll be able to tough it out, weather the storm while all hell is broken loose on earth, on the face of the earth. And then you thinking, that's how the white man thinks, man. Esau. And ultimately, man, Esau is very proud, and the scriptures clearly tell you that pride comes before destruction. All right, so the proudest of all these devils are going to be destroyed one way or another, man. Though the scriptures say that, roughly paraphrasing, that those that are last shall be first, man. The last to basically of the wicked, right? To escape and be caught up, by the angels and by the hunters that the Lord is going to turn from fishers, right? Because there will be men, prophets and teachers out there that are going to men of the Lord, right? That are going to be given superhuman power, man. Are basically going to be gods, are basically going to be powers, man. And and receive power. And these men are going to be instructed to go after these elites, man. As the scripture says, those are the ones that are going to be serving slavery first, man. The Lord, scripture said that the Lord knows how to preserve the wicked, man. Okay? And so, this is something to look forward to, man. Because you watch TV and you hear the news or whatever, and you see, demons like, what's his name? Salakia, Yuval Noah Harari, right? That demon, that devil, that Edomite piece of shit. You got him talking about how we don't need the Lord anymore, right? Or we don't need the Lord, period. Because he knows that the majority of people are God-fearing people or believe in a higher power, right? And he says that we could create those higher powers, man, using artificial intelligence and other technologies that they have available, man, at their disposal. You know what I'm saying? And so, this man has called out the Lord, basically, by saying that we don't need the Lord, and if the Lord creates some type of famine, that they have the ways and the technologies and the means to basically grow food, right? With their GMOs and whatnot. If there's some type of whatchamacallit, not flood, but I forget the word now, but when it doesn't rain for a while, they have the means and technologies to make it rain, So these devils are very proud, and one of the last things that they'll be doing will be, constructing these places where they will try to escape the wrath of the Lord. But that's just not going to happen, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's for a short season that they will be there, like a very, very short time. Just when they thought that they were good, the men of the Lord turned hunters, man, and the angels that the Lord sends forth, they're gonna be on them, man. Okay, so without further ado, I just want to bring out a few scriptures. I definitely won't make this too long. But it was just something that was on my mind, because especially when I see these men, like these subhumans, like Noah Harari, that minion of Carl Schwab's, or whatever his name is, how we pronounce his name, which is the CEO of the WEF, right? These men speak very proudly against the Lord, and don't even regard the poor, right? Which is, first and foremost, Yasha Allah, man, our people, But the elect sees it. The elect knows what the deal is, and is expecting these things, man. All right, but let's get into the first scripture. I'm gonna get into Revelation chapter 6, verse 15. It says, "And the kings of the earth," right, the elites, and the great men, right, they're CEOs, your Carl Schwabs and your Nuvaris and all these other people, right, and presidents and all these different type of people, politicians and stuff, right, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, so going into people that are incarcerated or free, out here free, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and the rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. Okay? This actually also cuts you Christians that think that God, and who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, are the same, entity, if you will, right? Same people, if you will. Okay, one is sitting on the throne, and one is referred to as the Lamb. Yahweh is not referred to as the Lamb, nowhere in the scriptures. Okay, but his son is, who sits on the right hand side of what? The throne, said throne, in this scripture. Okay, and it says, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, because the Lord's countenance, man, and the way the Lord is angry with the wicked every day, especially leading up to this time. This is when he's gonna definitely let off some steam, if you will, man. Right? That anger that he's been and indignation that he's been suffering, by keeping in against these devils, right? Especially, the elites of Esau, the Edomites, or Idumea, which is the tribe of Amalek, man. That's the top tribe, man. And the scriptures tell you that he will be at war with Amalek, man, through the centuries, man, through the time, And this is what you see going on right now, when the Lord is exposing these devils as being the aggressors over there, man, the bastards that are over there in our land, man, and the bastards dwelling in Ashdod, right? And so being exposed like that, the elect, see it clear, more than ever. It's just solidifying what we believe, and the rest of the world is also seeing it for what it is. But at the end of the day, the people in the world still follow suit, because Esau's in power. The blessing was given to Esau by the Lord himself, and could only be taken from him by the Lord himself. Okay, I forget who was the elder. I forget what was the elder, but it was one of the elders from GMS. Man, I don't know why I can't. I think it could have been Manata Zakba, or the elder from Awaken 144 from the New York camp. Salakia, I'm so bad with names, man. But he said something very interesting where, and if it comes back to me, I'll mention it, Lord's will, the name of that brother. But he had mentioned how all the kings of the earth have been taken out by other nations, by other men, you know what I mean, and took over and got that power. But Esau is the only kingdom that's going to be taken out completely by the Lord himself, man. The fishers turn hunters don't come in till we gotta go fetch the ones of these gutter rats and these demons that are in the clefts and the dens of the mountain, hiding themselves, asking the rocks to hide them, man. But it's going to be futile, man. The thoughts, all the money that's being invested to make these places. First of all, they don't even know if they're really gonna make it. But the Lord, as the scripture says, that he's gonna send for hunters. So I mean, a lot of them are going to make it to these dens, man, and are going to be hidden and think to be completely safe, man. To the angels and the men of the Lord, or the hunters that the Lord turns fishers into, just manifest himself. You know what I mean? In wherever they are, wherever they're hiding, walk right through through the rocks, through the 50-inch metal steel fucking doors that lock in. The men of the Lord are gonna walk right through it. Melt the elements as they do so, and then gather these niggas up. You know what I'm saying? And put them to work. Which will be cleaning the earth, man. All right, so this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 2, verse 20. It says, in that day, and this is just like a precept to what I was reading in Revelations, right? In that day, a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one for himself to worship, right? So this is from the elites to your normal Joe Schmoes, you know, and you know that worship idols that they made themselves or bought from other people that made them with their hands, men that made it with their own hands, right? It says, in that day a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats, to go into the clefts of the rocks and into the tops of the ragged rocks, right? I hope I'm rigid. No, yeah, I think it's ragged rocks, for fear of Yahweh, and for the glory of his majesty, man. Yahweh and the King of Kings, Yahweh Shai, right? When he arises to shake terribly the earth. And the scriptures tell you that the earth is going to be shaken to and fro, man, like a drunkard. You know, and the ICBMs is going to be doing that, because that's you know, over 200 million missiles, man, ICBMs, man, hitting one spot. That's sure to make the other side of the earth feel those blasts, feel that commotion, man, that shake, you know. So I mean, this is definitely going down, and these, you know, the scriptures clearly call it, man, prophesy on it, you know. So that's why the scriptures also say that like the devil's basically in ruling for a short season, man. You know, he was only let loose for a short season, man. And that's from the Renaissance era till now, man. Okay, from the rebirth of these motherfuckers coming back into power till when the Lord come back and takes them out. All right, I'll leave it with this last scripture in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, and we'll start at 13. It says, because of the wrath of Yahweh, it shall not be inhabited. Right, so speaking on Babylon, right, and other places that's going to get hit with ICBMs, which are the arrows of the Lord. But it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth past Babylon, right, it's specifically talking about Babylon. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished, right, shocked, and hiss at all her plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she has sinned against Yahweh, man. This is why I'm saying, or my title is, the thoughts of escaping the Lord's wrath is futile, man. All right, the Lord's gonna get you no matter what. He's gonna burn all the ones all the wicked that he wants to burn in the lake of fire caused by those ICBMs, right? And the men and women and children that so-called escape that terrible time, while they're in, you know, Mount Everest or Mount something, you know, deep in those mountains, man, the Lord's gonna send his hunters and angels to go after these niggas, man. You know, and it's gonna be the most rude awakening ever, man. Here it is, they probably not even gonna feel what's going on around the world. Maybe they will, and they're still gonna get found out. They're still gonna be, you know, it's gonna be known to the men of the Lord, right, that get these powers. It's gonna be known to them where their exact location is, man. You know, so there's no escaping it, man. And the thoughts of escaping the Lord's wrath are futile, man. You know, it's useless, to no avail, man. You know, which is why us in this truth, man, we have to maintain the course, man. Keep up the good fight, man, because, you know, that's gonna happen. And the flip side to that is, you know, the elect being saved, man. We want to be a part of that salvation, man. In this first go around, especially, man. You know, this first go around, because we don't want to come back in the kingdom as babies that are being born in the kingdom. You know, because the scriptures do say all of Israel shall be saved. But we want to see these devils go down, man. Their kingdom crumble beneath their feet, and them being put in subjection, man. We want that, man. All right, so I pray that this lesson was edifying. In closing, I want to give all honors and praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. I want to give double honors to the apostles again of GMS who teach and rule well, being great examples to us brothers, man. All right. Salutations also goes out to you brothers and few sisters that tune in to listen and learn. Salutations also especially goes out to you brothers in the highways and byways, man, making your bodies a living sacrifice. All right. And putting yourself in danger now more than ever, as the elder Malcolm says, man, which is very, very true, man. We're in dangerous times, okay? We need the Lord to protect us. We need the Lord's mercy, his hedge. But we got to do everything we have to do now in this side. So when there's nothing else to do, you know, from going out to the highways and byways to linking up with brothers, because, you know, we're going to be as what is it? Is it nomads, the word? I forget the word, but, you know, we're going to be, it's going to be a time where it's going to be like the movie with Denzel Washington, man, you know, where he's just traveling from one side of the Babylon to the other, man, you know, alone, man. The Lord might have it where you link up with brothers, man, but, you know, for the most part, man, you're going to be on your own. With nothing but the Spirit of the Lord upon you, man, guiding you through everything, man. So let's do everything we have to do now, man. So in that time, we you know, we could pray to the Lord, and the Lord hears our prayers. All right. So I want to say Shalom and Abba Bor, man. Kom Yashala.